Raymond Bonham-Carter has always had a privileged view of the world. He was born into one of England's foremost families, a family that had provided Britain with a Prime Minister, Asquith, and a multitude of names known and respected in politics and finance. He was the youngest child of Lady Violet and Sir Maurice Bonham-Carter. Unlike his brother, he had no political ambitions, and after a happy childhood, he travelled widely before his army service in the Irish Guards. He went to Oxford and Harvard Business School, and he prospered into his mid-40s in the City of London. Then he noticed he was going deaf. He needed an operation for a benign tumour in his head. That was on October 29th, 1979. He emerged from that operation paralysed and blind.
Check there now. The surgeon, in the course of the discussion we'd had, where we started by saying, well, what's the worst that can happen? And I remember him saying, do you really want to know? And I said, yes. He said, I suppose there's only about a 5% chance that you'll die. Said the most likely consequence is that a nerve will be cut, and that'll cause a facial droop. And that certainly was my major concern, and he appreciated that. And I remember saying to myself, well, you'll feel the needle of the anesthetic, pentothal or whatever it is. You'll count 3 and you'll be out, and the next thing you'll know, you'll be coming round.
But that's not how it happened. Later that day, Raymond's wife, Elena, went to see him in intensive care. He was swathed in bandages. He wasn't expected to survive.
All I knew was that this was a moment for him to decide whether he was going to come back or whether he wanted to actually not fight.
Life or death?
Yes.
Did you at any time think you would be better off dead?
Yes, and have from time to time since then.
How do you articulate that? What's your reasoning?
Oh, my reasoning can sound frightfully disinterested and unselfish. I can say it's awful to think that you are receiving much more from society in the biggest sense of the word and your family than you can possibly give. The balance is very uneven and is likely to stay uneven.
For Raymond, the temptation is to live his life through the achievements of his family. His daughter Helena is a promising actress. Son Thomas is in the army in Germany. Elder son Edward works in a merchant bank in the city, as his father did before him.
Sometimes in the morning I wake up and think to myself, God, another awful day when I'm feeling depressed or whatever. Then I say to myself, well, that in many ways that I'm a very lucky person. The mere fact that I'm getting out of bed is that I'm doing something that my father can't do.
I find myself being increasingly irritated by him, and irrationally. And I find myself feeling guilt for doing so and feeling that extreme irritation, for silly little things.
Exactly like me.
Just like you.
Yes.
But before, it's only up till now, in the past year, up to, let's say a few months ago, I couldn't understand your anger. And whenever you said, don't you feel the anger, and you used to ripple and be intensely
furious, as I still am.
I used to be nonplussed by it, and I used to always say, but what are you angry about? It isn't his fault.
I've never heard him once complain to me, once say to me in anger, which I would do in his position, telling me to pull myself together or whatever, think I've got a tough time, think what an awful life he's having. I think that's what's impressed me most.